Hey guys, it's your boy Trigger, coming at you with another live commentary. Today I'm going to be talking about the NBA, its drama and such. There's been a lot of news going out for LeBron, Chris Bosh, Lance Stevenson, even Carmelo. I guess we'll just start out with LeBron. Since he's going to Cleveland now, which he should have at least. Let me get to that. He signed a deal, a 2-year deal. I don't know how much it was like. I know it was high amount because they paid him top dollar, especially for LeBron. But I think he should have because, that's his hometown. When he left, they gave him so much hate. I understand that it's your hometown. You kind of just betray your team like that. But if I was LeBron, I would leave too, because that team was boo boo. Like that wasn't even a good team. They had Verjao. Who else did they have? Ilgauskas. You could barely run down the court. I mean, they had some decent players like Mo Williams. I think it was Mo Williams. Yeah. Oh, dang, I just died. But they didn't really have anyone. But going to the Heat, you have Chris Bosh, D Wade, Mike Miller. Who else? Udonis Haslem. And then Ray Allen, too. I mean, you have so many options to choose from. Yeah, I guess they lost against the Spurs, but you can't really be mad. Especially for, the Heat fans. You can't be mad because you brought them 4 years to the finals and won 2. I mean, you can't really hate them. Sure, you could say, I'm a LeBron bandwagon. Hey, I'm not even close. I like Kobe more than LeBron. But we ain't talking about Kobe right now. So, it's good for him. He needs to. So, his hometown, he needs to at least give him a chance to go to the finals. Now they have Kyrie, Andrew Wiggins. That's my boy right there. He's going to do good. Hopefully they don't sell him. They said they won't, though. I'm not selling, but trade him. Who else do they have? They have Verjao still. And then they might get Ray Allen again, Mike Miller, James Jones, triple Splash Brothers. Man, that's going to be a deadly team. Hopefully, hopefully James Jones gets more playing time than he did. Alright, so, I talked enough about LeBron. Just let him do his thing. I mean, can't really hate the guy. He's actually pretty nice. He's matured a lot since he went to the Heat. He's a grown man. He's not a little kid. Well, he wasn't little at all. But he's not a teenager like he used to be. So I give props to him. Even if it was about the money. Let's talk about Chris Bosh next. Chris Bosh pulled a crossover to the Rockets. The Rockets thought they were actually going to give him. Get him. They even traded or let go Jeremy Lin and almost Parsons to get Chris Bosh. But once LeBron was Cleveland and Chris Bosh was offered $150 million for 5 years, Chris Bosh was like, nah. Nah, I'm getting that moolah. I think Chris Bosh should have stayed because even though they're not going to give him hate like LeBron did when he went to the Heat, I think he should have stayed. Now he'd be the new face. And he needs to be that guy again like he was with the Raptors. I mean, he was actually a beast. He would post up, fade, do hook shots. Now he's kind of like a role player. He takes shots, not as much as he was when they always gave him the ball when he was with the Raptors. That'd be kind of cool to see Chris Bosh go back to the Raptors. Was he number 15? It's kind of sad for Jimmy Lin. Go from a team like that he played okay. But now he's with the Lakers, and we'll see how he does with Swaggy P, aka Nick Young, Steve Nash if he actually does come back, Xavier Henry. We'll see how he does. Next on our list, let's talk about Melo. Melo didn't really know what he was going to do. He thought he was going to go with LeBron. he had second doubts and second guesses what he was gonna do, and you know, he should have stayed with New York because I know if he would have left, New York would have gave him so much hate, especially if you live in NY. You were gonna get a lot of hate. I don't know, for some reason New York people, or I don't know, New Yorkers, yeah, that's what you call them, I guess. For some reason they're just very sassy. But I think, for me, come to Portland. Hey, that's my team right there. But if you went to the Bulls, that would have been pretty. That wouldn't be right, because I don't know how that franchise is going to do if they have Melo. Then who are they going to give away? I guess they gave away Luau Dane, but who else are they going to give away? Joakim Noah? Boozer? I mean, that wouldn't work out. Maybe they're going to have to cut people's like salary and stuff, but it just wouldn't work out to me.
Come on, let's go potty. It's time for bed.
Thanks, Mom, for ruining my commentary.
Sorry.
Hey, that's my mom. Shout out to my day one mama. Let's talk about who not? Lance Stevenson. Hey, Lance Stevenson, to me, he's clunky, but he's like really good. He's like the weird how he plays. He does really good, or he does like all right, or he does like really bad. He's a really good player, and I hopefully he does really good on the Hornets. You know, with Kemba Walker, he's pretty good too. I mean, I think they're gonna go to another playoff run. We'll see how that goes. But I'm actually really excited for this next season. I mean, next year of, you know, the NBA, because all these like players and going, like, who's going? I don't even know. I have to search it up again. But I think it's Paul Gasol going to the Bulls. Like I was saying, that's gonna be pretty deadly. Even though Paul Gasol didn't play well with the Lakers, that's gonna be pretty deadly. And another thing for the Lakers, who are they gonna go to now? I mean, like, they have no one now. Hey, we got 18-4, but we'll play another game. But like I was saying about Lance Stevenson, because even though he averaged like 16.4 points a game, yes, I know the stats, he might average like 32 because he really did good with the Pacers. At sometimes he had like 24 to 30 points a game when Paul George wasn't doing any good, or Roy Hibbert, or Dante West. I don't know how to say his name. Delonte West wasn't doing very well. He's a really good defender, good player. I think he'll do well with the Hornets. He'll be a key factor. Hopefully this team will play again. Yeah, just a lot of things going on in the NBA and stuff. But I mean, overall, these are just humans. This is just one of us. You can't just hate someone just because they leave one of your favorite teams. I mean, give them credit. You would probably take it too with all that money. I mean, even the worst players, like, what's his name? I forgot his name. Dang, let me think. Oh, I would say something. JaVale McGee. Clumsy, athletic, stupid. I mean, he gets paid like, he has like a $12 million contract, maybe even higher. I know that for a fact. Or even for a player like Kendrick Perkins. I mean, he's alright, but he's too old. Sure, he's a Shaq and a full MVP this year. But you gotta like, I mean, just the NBA is just like the money is just so involved. I don't know why all these players try to make all these stacked teams for no apparent reason. When they, like, what happened with the Nets, and that didn't even work out. Like, they had so many good players. Jason Kidd didn't know how to use them. I mean, I want teams like, you know, back in the day where they had like MJ, Scotty. Okay, that was a pretty OP team. But I mean, talking about like, you know, every team back then had a legitimate team. I mean, a legitimate team that could make the finals. Like the Jazz. I mean, they had Karl Malone, John Stockton. They had a lot of good players. I mean, they went to the finals like 2 to 4 times, and they couldn't do it. But still, they had the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. Hakeem the Dream, who he played for Houston Rockets. I mean, they had all these teams that they can make it. I mean, they all had all-star players. I don't know why teams like now maybe it's probably like the competition's different. That's why there's so many good players. That's probably the reason why there's so many good players now. Because, you know, the competition is getting higher and higher. But one of my favorite players, Kobe. I want him to come back at least. He's probably my favorite. And what's his name? CJ McCollum. He's probably one of my favorite players on the Blazers too. Next to Damian Lillard. But if you watch him in the D League, especially Will Barton, they just clown around. They just do dirty. They just do work. CJ McCollum pulling up in your face. I mean, how can you stop that? I know it's the Summer League. Did I say D League? I meant Summer League. Summer League. I mean, he'd be a threat if the Blazers use him. Yes, they got Steve Blake back again. But yeah. Hopefully, this all works out. Okay. Love you too, bro. But, like I said, hopefully this works out. You know. And, you know, the NBA will do good. Hopefully nothing goes into debt and stupid stuff happens again. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Even though this gameplay is still going. I think I'm gonna die right here. This guy's being a tryhard. And he just lost. Get him. But yeah. NBA for me is probably like the biggest. It's like my biggest motivation on anything. For some reason, I don't know why. It's like, I like watching NBA. And I can just name so many players off the bat. Yeah, so right now I'm just gonna be quiet because I really don't know what to talk about, you know. But, oh, I know who to talk about. Let's talk about Derrick Rose. Where has he been? There's like no commercials about him or anything, no news, he's coming back. He's been silent. Same thing with Kobe. It's like, what's going on? These players just like staying silent? I mean, I want some at least some news about him. How they're doing, how their health is doing. Oh my god. Man, so many gunners is getting smacked. But anyway, I want Derrick Rose to come back because, you know, he's a threat. He could have, the Bulls could have won a finals championship. The Heat had a hard time with him. Imagine if he came back and how well they would have done. They maybe could have won it this year. Just maybe. But it's kind of sad to see good players like that. I guess you could say Greg Oden too. See good players like that just fade away and just disappear with all that talent because they get hurt of an ACL injury. Anyways, thank you for listening to this commentary. Trigger Trey, at your boy. Peace.